How's it going, guys? And you guessed it, yet another WARNO video, but this time, it's actually multiplayer. It's a 10v10 where I am playing with 9 other people and I'm against 9 other people. As you can see, the map is massive and people are already starting to put together their units. Now, this is a replay where you can actually go in and kind of analyze, like, what did I do wrong? And you'll see a lot that I did wrong. So I'm looking around trying to see what everyone else on my team is doing, and I've kind of noticed, okay, these guys are really, pushing on this side. So I decide that I'm going to start going over to Romeo. And then we're all getting set up, and I'm just trying to help speed this along. But how this works is it's actually 10v10, and everybody gets pretty much the normal economy that you would get by yourself. So the scale of the battle can be absolutely insane. This is a neutral setting, so I can actually see what everyone what everyone looks like. So I don't have to, so I can actually see how the attack is going on every side. So if we're just, if we just look at the absolute scale of this battle and where it will turn to, we're not sure. You can see that these guys, holy moly, tanks. They got BMPs all over the place. Actually, for a second I thought they had a ton of tanks, but I guess not. So it looks like they're doing a really, really large infantry push, and I guess I can kind of show what my thought process was. I used a lot of quality units on this one that had veterancy, and my idea was that I was going to send my helicopter units and just try and hold this side and just do my best. So I was like, well, if I can hold this, I can potentially help turn the tide. So that's what I'm gonna do. So let's see kind of how it's going. As you can see, this guy, he sent out Admiral, adorable Admiral, but look at this. So we actually have some units flying in. Are we gonna be able to stop him? Got one. And then he drops a napalm right on these recon units, but they somehow managed to survive it. And it's been a crazy one. Now over here on my side of things, I'm sending in my recon. I don't see this guy. As you can see, they have some MLRSs, I think, or they're called BM-27s, a little different, but they look like them. They're going to go ham on artillery. These guys were killing me on artillery, just absolutely annihilating me. As you can see, they're already trying to hit, and what they're doing is they're doing a counterattack to take out the other people's artillery. I'm starting to actually take my side of things, but what I don't know is that there is an army of hell coming for me. They're like crashing into each other. So now what this guy did was actually pretty smart. He has backup because he probably thinks, oh, these guys are going to get hit. So these units look pretty cheap. And then he just focuses on this. So he went ham. This dude specifically went ham on infantry. I had infantry as well, but I also did a mix of tanks, but we don't really fare too well. Absolute annihilation. See all the craziness. Trying our best to hold on. I'm like, hold on, stay, and then I lose my Abrams. I try to bring in another Abrams as well. This dude gets wind of me and he's like, I think their buddies are like, hey, help, look at all of this though. That had been 2 teams. They completely take this. And it's frustrating. He's looking at me just getting murdered. He's not doing anything. So what I do is I start to think, okay, I'm like, obviously my guys need some more help. So I start sending in military police, just anybody I can. I even sent in this guy, but I don't see these 2 dudes. This dude's about to get rocked. Boom, and he's gone. So I start sending units to try and get around the left to get into these woods. So you can see I have these Rangers units right here. And then I bring in a Cobra, and they're just slowly pushing with their military. Just look at all that. Oops, alright. Can't even see what's going on because of all the destruction. All of these buildings completely and utterly destroyed. Just smoke everywhere. Blowing up helicopters. Absolute war. The thing is, I'm doing my job right. Because right now, if you look at ours, we're red. We're winning. If I would have failed and I didn't give up on this area, because if I gave up on this area, I believe is worth 3. So, or was it just 1? I'm not sure. But either way, it would have caused us to lose even more. So, but luckily, I did have some help. Some guys started like catching on, and they're like, "Hey, I think you need some help. Let's send some Abrams this way." But let's take a look at other sides of the battlefield. As you can see, this dude has this completely under wraps. We got infantry over here. They're trying to do a flank to the right. These guys are in all these buildings, just kind of waiting for someone to advance. As you can see, mech rifles, they kind of seem to be the meta because they're really good. If we look at the mech rifles, this light machine gun, I think it's a bug, but it has, oh, they changed it. They lowered its accuracy. But these guys, they have multiple LMGs, while the Russians do not. But look, a big push is coming in right here. BMPs are about to hit these engineers. Stingers are getting absolutely crushed. I'm going to strike you all along the tree lines. Absolutely huge thrashing. But we're holding firm. We're the ones pushing the midpoint. As you can see, though, this guy is completely overwhelmed. But we have some tanks heading that way, and we'll see how long he'll be able to hold. Let's go back to my failures. He's doing a great job. So this dude is so he's so overwhelmed with taking this that this guy's actually been able to slowly push, which has also unfortunately led to me not having any backup. I'm pretty much like all alone in this, as you can kind of see. And I even bring in my arrow rifles here, and they get into a little wooden forest battle. And then these tanks, I brought these guys in to try and help. But as you can see, like, they just don't have like really good sightline. Actually, they do. He reverses because he's smart, and his tank survives, so we actually had 2 tanks helping each other out. Now he thinks there's people in there, but it's just an empty helicopter, so it actually isn't that bad. And now, look at this. Look at these guys. This is when I thought I was doing really well. Random letters sends in help for me. Completely obliterated that truck. These guys, Eugen, he's about to he's gonna unload them, but he's not gonna see. They're gonna get wrecked. Oh, they got out in time. Will they do anything? Doesn't look like it. And I have my fire team long coming in to try and stop some of this armor. These dudes have just been showing like, hey, can I help? So it's looking like we're about to be overwhelmed entirely. Looking at this push, it's not looking good in any way, shape, or form. I let out the law team. Are they going to blow up this BMP? And they do. So the law literally shows up just in time to save this military police. But are they going to be able to stop this from striking? We got another BMP coming up. They're getting rocked. They stopped the motor striking. Stop him. He backs up. And this is my command unit. It's super important that they survive. And so far they have been. Skins is backed up. This time I think I'm like, tanks, please do something. Let's take a look at the other side of the battlefield. Actually, we're getting pushed from more. I don't know how these guys are still alive. They have nothing to stop this. They can't do anything about it. unfortunately, and this tank he hasn't seen it yet. Really big. These guys, if they would have known, they could have moved up, but they weren't sure. They were scared because, you know, they can't see anything. So if I, that's weird. I don't know what is this guy? This is Eagle Strike. Let's take a look at what he can see, if it'll let me. I don't see it. Eagle Strike. So this is what he sees. He has no idea. He's like, guess I'll move up. That's why you gotta recon. So a lot of units, but they're not pushing. This is their issue. If I feel like they could have done some more. This dude, that was really well done, and that's why you don't always play the zone. And the thing is, he did all this because you can't really hide in anywhere else. But then now these guys are just kind of there, so I'm not really sure like what the main goal of that was. Now I just finally decided, I'm like, alright, you guys are gonna have some fun. We're gonna move you. We're gonna move this military police up. And I actually just unloaded some arrow rifles and some rangers. I managed to fly in and do like a fast drop. And these Blackhawks will completely will do a good job against hitting these guys. And these arrow rifles come in and save the day and just wipe out that Motostrecki. And the thing is, my goal is, I was like, well, now they're so focused on finding wherever this guy is. Maybe I can, you know, save some people. Then just get wrecked right there. Lost that tank. I'm sending this helicopter in to do some damage to these infantry units. Let's take a look and see how that looks like. He's shooting his, he's shooting his minigun. And then we have some rangers coming in now. And this one is just trying its best to blow up this helicopter right here. Random letters is helping me out. I highly appreciate it. I'm sending in some more infantry because I'm like, I don't know what to do about this. This is bad. This is really bad. The Motostrecki, I guess, must have saw me move potentially, and they're like, oh, I can move up now. But we have our arrow rifles, and here comes more infantry. I realized I was like, I can't stop my tanks. I'm gonna have to just try and go around. So I end up just sending everything I've got in that respect. I think, did I even call in? No, I didn't. So I'm like right here, and I don't see this guy. What I'm telling them to do is right now, I think I'm like trying to figure some other shit out. But all I do know is that I'm completely overwhelmed. And look at this front. This Abrams is about to get absolutely destroyed. 3 Stingers here. Not really gonna be able to do much. He's got 3 units in Bradleys, but they're not out yet, so that's kind of dangerous, because if you lose the Bradleys, you also lose the units. Okay, no anything. So I'm sending these guys on a hunt to take out anybody in the forest. Let's see if they're doing any damage. So now they're actually engaging the command vehicle team. As you can see, it's starting to change the tide. Unfortunately, we lost those guys. Now the Rangers are fighting at these BMP units. No! We're getting hit hard. Getting hit by everything. I sent in this thing to help out my infantry a little bit. Now this is a very good unit. And then I have some more guys coming this way. It's gonna be a little bit, but as you can see, they're heading up. I don't think there's anyone there. But I completely forgot about these guys, and I'm like, what am I doing? And these Rangers actually destroyed that one unit, but now they're gonna go up against these, and I don't know if they're gonna stand a chance. There's only like one of them left. Then what I did was I actually grabbed another unit because I was like, I don't think these guys are going to make it, and then they just got rocked by that T-80. So that was unfortunate. Just look at that. You can see like the woods slowly get destroyed where you can't hide because they just destroy with artillery. Here comes Schizo. I don't know. I would have definitely not. I definitely would not have made this without Schizo. What's insane to me? Does he not see him? Like, is this dude like just fighting? How is he surviving? Absolute insanity. Plane just blew up right next to my guys. And here I come with even more military police. I'm like, you need help. Let me help. I'll come to save you. And the Rangers are slowly moving up. The military police all just got wiped. Some of these losses were totally avoidable. Oh wait, no, I moved them out of the way. I was like, you guys don't go that way. And at this point, I'm seeing if these Rangers are blowing up these UAZs. These UAZs are weak. But if you can flank well, they actually have really good penetration, I think. Let me see. Let's say. Now, we blew up their logistics, which why not? Completely taken over. Looking at this, so much infantry. That thing has no line of sight. It's absolute insanity. These guys didn't even do anything, they just kind of hung out. And they pushed back and took this back. And that's the end. So yeah, so that was a 10v10. As you can see, I didn't do the best. I was negative. I did have command points because I just held firm. I didn't do the worst in kills. You know, we had some people who did 784, 534, 764. So I was like, you know, 5th in kills for my team, and honestly, I'll take it. As you can see, we were all kind of even, you know, in how we did, and when we were fighting against other people. I was kind of more the same. There was some really, you know, good players because they just know how to play, honestly. But let's look. So these are the kills, and as you can see, I don't know if this isn't my perspective because I definitely never used these guys. So I don't know if that isn't my perspective. I'm not too sure like how you can actually even look at that. I think it's like looking at someone else, funnily enough, and I'm not sure why, but it doesn't really matter. You can't really look at it anyways. This does show the losses. As you can see, they were getting hit pretty hard with their losses, and this, I don't think this was me. I never called in a napalm, so. And this will show the, you know, how the chronology of it, and they started off well. And then, well, no, they did not. They changed the colors. So as you can see, when they tried to do that attack, it didn't really work because our air defense, you know, knocked out a lot of their guys. And it was just a total bloodbath. But yeah, that's going to end this one. I just wanted to kind of give you guys a replay and show what happened. If you guys like this kind of stuff, let me know. Thinking I'll probably play one and then just like kind of talk while I play. Even if I win or lose, I'll post it. But thank you guys for watching. Hope you have a good one.